slow progression for me. I started out vegetarian in high school, like I said, and then I guess every single year I just got more and more strict. I went vegetarian, or I went pescatarian, vegetarian, vegan, raw till 4, and then 100% raw.
Hi, this is Brian from Fruit Power, and I'm here with Marisa Angela. Marisa just gave a great talk at Arnold's Way tonight, January 2016. Marisa's from Media, Pennsylvania. She's been coming to Arnold's Way a lot for the past, about what, year and a half?
Yeah, 2 years I'd say.
2 years?
Yeah.
So what's the first thing that clued you into a raw food diet?
So I was always interested in vegetarianism and pescatarianism, but then I went to a vegetarian rally in Philadelphia where a bunch of different vegetarian businesses had little booths, and somebody in the crowd handed me Arnold's business card from Arnold's Way. So I was looking through a bunch of my pamphlets when I got home, and I was just saw Arnold's. I called them up, found out they had potlucks, so I came to Arnold's potluck, and I was hooked ever since. I was hearing all these testimonials about people that have healed ailments like cancers, and it was so inspirational, and that was the first time that I was hearing that these crazy, like, amazing things can be changed just with diet. You know, you don't have to spend drastic amounts of your money to heal yourself. It can all be done within your own kitchen. So that inspired me right then and there, and then I made a great group of friends here. I have a great community that I surrounded myself with, which Arnold gave us by having these potlucks. So ever since then, I would say that's when I got really inspired.
You said you did a raw till 4 diet for about a year, and
I did.
And then you shifted to all raw as of October 2014, is that right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Compare and contrast.
So I did 100%, or I did raw till 4 for 1 entire year, and I gained 20 pounds. So then my raw vegan friends at Arnold's had noticed that I was gaining weight, and one of them said to me, like, you know, Marisa, you're getting a little bit heavy. Like, you should start eating more salads. It's like, oh my god. But at least that they gave me the brutal, honest truth, you know, like I knew it was happening, but you know, once somebody like actually tells you, it's like, oh my god, you're right, I'm doing something about this. So then I was like, I'm gonna go 100%, and I just took it. I didn't know I was gonna do it for, you know, 2 years now. I thought I was just gonna do it for like a week, see how it goes. But I just took it day by day, and I was like, you know, I can do this. Like, I was feeling awesome. I was losing weight. I lost all the weight that I had gained from raw till 4, and that's why I've been continuing with it. It's just because I've experienced so many more benefits by going 100% raw. So, yeah.
Any struggles you faced going 100% raw? And did it take a few months for you to make this second nature, or?
I think I went 100% raw by doing, like, I would start doing just mono meals. So I made it very, very simple for myself. So I didn't complicate things, so it wasn't hard for me, because I would just do fruit meals and a salad. So I didn't have any complications in that regard. And then just once I started to get the hang of how much to eat, then I started to experiment with doing different recipes and getting a little bit more gourmet with it in terms of, like, you know, making wraps and using my dehydrator and my Vitamix for making soups and things like that.
You had a list tonight of some different things you can do to focus on health, and one of them was meditation.
Yep.
I was curious about how you got started with meditation, and is there any school of meditation you gravitate toward?
Well, I was raised up with the understanding of holistic health is, you know, the way to go. Like, if you have an ailment, you have to attack it from all different angles, you know, not just one. So I was always meditating my entire life, just because that's what I was raised upon. Instead of going to medical doctors when I was younger, my dad would take me to, you know, a Reiki center, and I would get Reiki. And I just remember the ladies, like, giving me essential oils to sniff, and she'd be like, what does this make? What does this smell like? And I was like, I was like 7 at the time. But so
that's an early introduction on this.
Yeah, I've experimented with a lot of different like schools. I've in terms of like meditation, I don't identify with one thing specifically, but I take advice from like all different religions, all different practices. Like, if something resonates with me, then I'll stick with it. On that list that I had, I mentioned the moon, I think it's called like the moon diet or something, where you fast on the full moons. So I know there's a lot of different religions that follow that. There's an Indian tradition that they call it the Ekadashis. They fast 2 times a month, and it's on the full moon and then the dark moon, the black moon. So like I don't follow that religion, but that resonates with me. So I take that because that makes sense to me. The water of the earth, you know, is affected by the moon cycle. That's why we have waves and, you know, tides and things like that. And it also affects the water inside of our bodies. So that resonates, and then I take just little bits and pieces of everything.
One final question. What is your best piece of advice for someone who wants to go all raw and they've not been able to? They've been mostly raw for a year or two and they want to go all in but just haven't been able to make it.
If you want to go all in, I would say get a food combining chart, 100% raw food combining chart. It'll just be very simple for you, because once your body starts to detoxify, you're gonna start to become sensitive to these foods, and it's good for your health. So because if you get an upset stomach and you don't know why, you're gonna blame it on the raw food. But you know, sometimes that's not the case. It's just the combinations that you're using. So like make sure you have watermelon first thing in the morning, and you want to have the denser foods later on. So food combining chart. And put it on your fridge with a magnet so you look at it every single day when you're in your kitchen. That's it. And I sell them too, so if you're interested in one, you can contact me. You can go to marisaangela071@gmail.com. Send me an email. I'm working on getting them up on my website, but for right now you can just send me an email and we'll work things out. And I'm also an artist, so I created like a visual one with pictures, so you can look at the different fruits and the different categories that they're in.
Outstanding. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Continue success.
Yeah.
See you next time.